I knew I was going to die the moment my Uber driver looked into the rearview mirror and whispered, "You're my last passenger, just like the others." I laughed because I thought it was some weird joke. The app showed his name as Michael, 4.98 stars, over 12,000 rides. Everything looked normal. The car smelled like fresh leather and pine air freshener. Soft country music played through the speakers. It felt like every other late-night Uber I'd ever taken in Chicago. Then I noticed something strange. The navigation screen wasn't taking us to my apartment. It was taking us somewhere labeled "Final Stop." I asked, "Hey, I think your GPS is messed up." Michael didn't answer. Instead, he smiled at me through the mirror. "You'll understand when we get there." My stomach tightened. I grabbed my phone to report the ride. No signal. Not one bar. That made no sense. We had just left downtown Chicago. I tried Wi-Fi. Nothing. I even tried taking a screenshot. The screen froze. Then the Uber app disappeared. Not crashed. Disappeared. Like it had never been installed. I looked outside. The streets had changed. The skyscrapers were gone. Instead, we were driving down an endless two-lane road surrounded by dead cornfields stretching for miles. There were no houses. No lights. No other cars. Just darkness. "Where are we?" I asked. Michael finally spoke. "The place everyone passes through once." I reached for the door handle. Locked. I pulled harder. Still locked. "I'll call 911. "You already did." "What?" "You'll hear it soon." At that exact second, my phone rang. Caller ID. 911. I answered instantly. A woman was crying. Then I realized. The voice was mine. She screamed. "Don't let him reach the bridge. Jump out before the bridge." The call ended. I stared at Michael. He wasn't surprised. They always warn themselves. My heart started pounding so hard I could hear it. I rolled down the window. It wouldn't move. The child lock icon flashed red. Outside, thick fog swallowed the road. Then I saw them. People. Dozens of them. Standing perfectly still on both sides of the highway. Every single one stared directly into the car. None of them blinked. As we drove closer, I realized they weren't watching Michael. They were watching me. One woman slowly lifted her hand. She pointed at me. Then dragged her finger across her throat. I screamed for Michael to stop. Instead, he accelerated. 80 miles per hour. The bridge appeared through the fog. Old steel beams. Rust covering every inch. Half of it looked collapsed. Michael whispered. "This is where every passenger remembers. The moment the tires touched the bridge. Every light inside the car shut off. The dashboard went black. The radio died. The mirrors filled with static. Then, every passenger seat behind me was occupied. I hadn't heard anyone get in. A little girl wearing a yellow raincoat. An old man missing half his face. A woman covered in river mud. A teenager with a shattered skull. They all stared silently. Not at Michael. At me. The little girl leaned forward until her lips touched my ear. You weren't supposed to survive the crash. My blood turned to ice. What crash? She smiled. The one 5 years ago. Suddenly, memories exploded into my head. Rain. Headlights. A truck crossing the center line. Metal twisting. Glass everywhere. The river. Cold water filling my lungs. I remembered dying. No. I remembered being declared dead for almost 4 minutes before paramedics revived me. Michael nodded. You escaped once. But no one escapes twice. The bridge started shaking. The ghost passengers began whispering the same sentence over and over. Balance must be restored. Cracks spread beneath the tires. The guardrail snapped. The car slid toward the edge. I shut my eyes and pulled the door handle with every ounce of strength I had. This time, it opened. I threw myself out. I hit the pavement. Rolled. Everything went black. I woke up in a hospital. Doctors told me hikers found me unconscious near an abandoned bridge outside the city. They said there had been no car. No driver. No crash. My phone was beside me. Broken beyond repair. Weeks later, after I got home, curiosity got the better of me. I opened Uber and searched my ride history. There it was. One completed trip. Driver. Michael. Ride duration. 17 minutes. Destination. Final stop. Fare. $0. I clicked the driver's profile. This account no longer exists. I almost convinced myself the entire thing had been a hallucination. Until last Friday. Around midnight. My phone buzzed. Uber, your driver has arrived. I hadn't booked a ride. I looked outside my apartment window. A black SUV sat at the curb. The headlights were on. The driver's window rolled down. Michael looked up at me. Smiled. And tapped the empty passenger seat beside him.